Imagine this. You don't need a wallet, no bank holds your money, and you can send cash halfway across the world in seconds, no questions asked. Sounds like a sci-fi movie, right? Or magic? Not quite. Welcome to the world of Bitcoin. Some call it magic money, but it's very real. And it's starting to shake up the financial system in ways we never imagined. But wait, how did we get here? Back in 2008, the world was, well, kind of falling apart. Banks were collapsing, governments were panicking, and everyone was wondering if they'd wake up to find their money worthless. Yeah, things were not looking great. Enter Satoshi Nakamoto. And here's the wild part. No one knows who this person or group really is. One day, Satoshi posts a 9-page white paper outlining the concept for Bitcoin. No fanfare, no press conference, just a quiet drop that would eventually spark a revolution. Satoshi? A genius? A rogue hacker? Maybe someone's cat walking across a keyboard? No one knows. But the mystery only adds to Bitcoin's legend. And just like that, Bitcoin was born. A decentralized peer-to-peer currency that doesn't need banks, governments, or middlemen to work. Let that sink in for a second. No middlemen. You don't need a bank or PayPal to send money to someone across the world. You just do it. Directly. No permission needed. Sounds like magic, doesn't it? But no, this is pure technology. And the secret sauce behind Bitcoin is something called decentralization. Basically, instead of relying on a bank to keep track of who owns what, Bitcoin runs on a global network of computers that all work together to verify transactions. Okay, picture this. A giant ledger, like really giant, that's stored on thousands of computers. Every time you send or receive Bitcoin, your transaction gets added to this ledger. But here's the twist. Everyone has a copy. It's called the blockchain, and it's the backbone of Bitcoin. No one controls it, yet everyone can see it. So if someone tries to pull off a shady deal, like double spending their Bitcoin, the network immediately shuts it down. It's like the ultimate group project, but without the guy who never does his part. That's decentralization, baby. No central authority, no middleman, no one to say, sorry, your transaction's on hold for the weekend. Bitcoin operates 24/7, and it doesn't care if it's Christmas or 3 a.m. in Tokyo. But how does Bitcoin actually work? This is where mining comes in. And no, we're not talking about people with hard hats digging through cyberspace. Mining Bitcoin is more like a lottery, where the tickets are math problems. Exactly. When someone sends Bitcoin, the transaction gets bundled with others into a block. Now miners, these super powerful computers, compete to solve a complex math problem. First one to solve it gets to add the block to the blockchain, and as a reward, they earn new Bitcoin. Back when Bitcoin started, miners earned 50 Bitcoins per block. Today it's down to 6.25, and every 4 years, that reward gets cut in half. It's called the halving, and it's designed to make Bitcoin scarce, just like gold. Speaking of which, did you know the first real-world Bitcoin transaction was for 2 pizzas? In 2010, a guy paid 10,000 Bitcoins for 2 pizzas. That's about $300 million today. Imagine biting into the world's most expensive slice. I hope he at least got extra toppings. Seriously, I hope the crust was perfect. But back then, Bitcoin wasn't worth much. It's only in recent years that it's become digital gold, as they say. People started seeing Bitcoin not just as a currency, but as an investment, a store of value. And like gold, Bitcoin is finite. Only 21 million Bitcoins will ever exist. Once they're all mined, that's it, no more. Unlike paper money, which governments can print endlessly, Bitcoin's supply is hard-coded into its DNA. But here's the kicker. Bitcoin doesn't come without risks. You hold your own private keys, which are basically super-secret passwords that let you access your Bitcoin. Lose your keys, and you lose your Bitcoin forever. No forgot password button here. Yeah, like the guy in the UK who accidentally threw out a hard drive with 7,500 Bitcoins. That's over $250 million gone, and it's still sitting in a landfill somewhere, waiting for a lucky treasure hunter. Then there's the infamous Mt. Gox incident. In 2014, Mt. Gox was the biggest Bitcoin exchange, handling 70% of all transactions. And then, poof, $450 million worth of Bitcoin vanished in a massive hack. Ouch, it was a wake-up call. Bitcoin might be secure, but that doesn't mean the platforms we use to store and trade it are invincible. That's why many Bitcoin holders now store their coins in cold wallets, offline storage, safe from hackers. It's like keeping your cash under the mattress, except a lot smarter. But despite the hiccups, pizza regrets, lost hard drives, and exchange collapses, Bitcoin keeps growing. El Salvador even made it official currency, and companies like Tesla and PayPal are jumping on board. We're not talking about a fringe experiment anymore. It's more than just money now. Bitcoin is a statement. It's challenging the very idea that banks or governments should control our money. No one can print more Bitcoin. No one can freeze your account. It's financial freedom on a scale we've never seen before. And in countries like Venezuela, where hyperinflation has wiped out the value of their national currency, Bitcoin is literally a lifeline. It allows people to store their wealth in something that's not tied to the chaos of their economy. So, here's the magic. Bitcoin isn't just a currency, it's a revolution. It's saying, you don't have to trust a bank or government to handle your money. You can do it yourself. No middleman, no permission, just pure decentralized financial power. And the technology behind it, blockchain, is so solid, it's being used for more than just Bitcoin. People are building decentralized apps, smart contracts, and even whole new financial systems on top of blockchain tech. But here's where things get really interesting. Bitcoin runs on trustless technology. You don't need to trust anyone, not even the person you're sending money to. The blockchain verifies every transaction, making sure it's all legit. No more trusting banks, credit card companies, or shady middlemen. Bitcoin gives you the power to handle your own wealth, directly, securely, and without interference. And that's why governments are, well, freaking out a little. It's not just about money anymore, it's about power. Governments can print more dollars or euros, they can freeze accounts, they can control financial flows. But with Bitcoin, they can't do that. It's decentralized. It's out of their hands. But let's be real, Bitcoin isn't perfect. It's volatile. The price swings can be crazy, and we're still figuring out how to regulate it. But love it or hate it, Bitcoin has changed the conversation about what money is and who controls it. And here's the thing. It's not just about the future of money. Bitcoin has opened the door to a whole new world of decentralized technology. We're talking about decentralized finance, digital identities, voting systems, stuff we've never even imagined. So, is Bitcoin the future of money? Or just a stepping stone to something even bigger? It's too early to tell. But one thing's for sure. Bitcoin is here, and it's already rewriting the rules of the game. If this got you thinking about the future of money and how it's evolving, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We've got more fascinating deep dives into the world of crypto, finance, and tech. And if you're curious about global economics, check out our video on Japan's economic secrets. It's a deep dive into how one of the world's biggest economies really works, behind the scenes.